Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Well, it's here. It's the last one. I think it's probably a good thing. It's the final Marvel Cinematic Universe film of the year 2022. Woo! FYI, this is the Real Film Nerds Podcast. Welcome. My name is Matt. It's always with me, chatting, shirtless, probably pantless as well. Thank God this is not a video podcast. The not so mysterious Mike Talent.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
I wish there was more mystery to the mysterious Mike Talent.
Hey, what can I say? Just relaxing.
Clearly, you're relaxing everywhere. So please sit back down. Thank you. All right, well, everybody, welcome to Real Film Nerds Podcast, episode number. I didn't look. Let me
298.
Yeah, 298. Mike got it. Real Film Nerds Podcast, episode number 298. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Mike, give us the breakdown.
All right, Matt. This was written and directed by Ryan Coogler, and the story was Joe Robert Cole. This movie is starring Latita Wright, Lupita Nyong'o, Danny Guerrero, Winston Duke, Angela Bassett, Tanach Harutu, Martin Freeman, Dominique Thorne, Florence Kasumba, and Michelle Cole. And this movie is the people of Wakanda fight to protect their home from intervening world powers as they mourn the death of King T'Challa.
All right, so those of you who are continuing to play the Real Film Nerds drinking game on Mike's ability to pronounce names, that is now 6 drinks. Everybody enjoy. Ready? We'll give you a few seconds here. Get your drinks.
Ouch, man. Ouch.
It's okay, Mike. It's fun. I like it. The drinking game is fun. How many mistakes? Take a drink. I love it. All right, so Mike, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther. First impressions. I'll let you go first.
Matt, I think I'm predispositioned to like this movie due to the content.
Because there's fish people?
Yes.
But they're not on another planet. They're on our planet. So this is not the movie that's coming out in December. So I think James Cameron is going to be very upset.
I don't know, man. I enjoyed the fish people.
I know. You love the fish people. Mike, I have to say, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2, it was okay. I think it could have been better. It definitely could have been a hell of a lot worse, especially with all the tragedy and everything surrounding it. But I don't want to get into spoilers right off the bat yet. But there's definitely a mood set right off the start for the film, and it kind of carries through. And it's, I don't know. I enjoyed a lot of it. I think the best part of the whole film is your fish people, specifically the character Namor. And it is pronounced Namor. It is not Namor. That's some Disney bullshit they made up. It's Namor. He is a character from the Marvel Universe going back to 1939. Okay? It's Namor, not Namor. Anyways.
All right. Namor was cool.
Namor was awesome. He's was a very good representation of the character in film. I like some of the twists they did it. We can talk about that in spoilers as well. But that was my favorite part of the film. He was a badass. He was a dick. He was obnoxious. He was not as bad as he was in the comic books, but they didn't make him sweet. They didn't like sugarcoat him. They didn't make him nice. They made him a dick. And that is exactly what I wanted. That's who this character is. I liked his world. I liked his people. All around, I thought that whole part of the film was my favorite. Like the introduction of him, wish they would have introduced him sooner, but we finally got it. It was great. I loved it. Wakanda, Wakanda is Wakanda. It's a CGI world that doesn't exist, but it looked good. It was great. Acting was fantastic, especially from several of our namesakes. Letitia Wright was fantastic. Lupita Nyong'o always does a fantastic job. But do you know who really, really stole the show, in my opinion, was Angela Bassett. She knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, she was really good.
And then, of course, Winston Duke as M'Baku. He's always a lot of fun. Denai Guerrera from Walking Dead fame. Her character was a lot more involved, had a really nice big arc in this. I thought she did a fantastic job, like she always does, as Okoye, basically the leader or general of their, I guess you would consider it like the King's Guard.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right.
So all around, it's a good film. It's definitely one I would say is a must-see in the theaters just because of the sheer level of eye candy. I mean, it's just, it's CGI hell, but it's pretty, and they did a really good job.
Yeah, no, it's got lots of CGI, but it was great, man. It was good.
Awfully quiet today, Mike. Awfully quiet.
Well, man, I did enjoy this movie though. I thought it was fun. I don't think it's as impactful as the first one was, but the story in this one's real good still, and it's just I like the water people a lot. That was, I was like, when I was watching this, I was like, oh, I think I'm just gonna like this because of this stuff.
It's great. It really was well done. I really enjoyed it. I liked. I don't remember if it's in the comics or not. Namor is not really a character I read much because he's a dick, and not really my thing. I don't remember if his people turn blue when they get out of the water or not, but I kind of like that because it shows how desperately they need the water, because they look like normal people when they're in their habitat in the water. And that was kind of interesting when they're out because you can clearly identify who they are.
Yeah, it's like fish out of water. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like they're suffocating, like their skin is like suffocating or something.
Yeah. I think that worked well. It was clear to the viewer what was going on.
But yeah, this is a difficult one to talk about without spoiling it because it's an MCU film. There's a lot that goes on. Like I said, even before the Marvel Cinematic Universe logo rolls, a lot of shit happens that's spoilers right off the bat. But overall, Mike, I agree. Black Panther, the original, is a much better film than this. Definitely more impactful. This isn't too far behind. I want to say in this most recent phase of MCU, this one is towards the top for me. It's probably behind Spider-Man. This movie is pretty good, and we've been getting a lot of junk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially the TV shows, in my opinion. But this was decent. This was pretty decent. And Ryan Coogler, the director / writer, he already had the script written for this film when Chadwick Boseman had passed after Ryan Coogler, the director and writer, wrote this sequel. And so he had to go back to the drawing board and practically start completely over. And you know how Disney is. Disney is very adamant about their timeline. So I was afraid this was going to come off rushed. It was going to come off not complete. Things were going to be just shoved in there. And I think it was a successful script. I think it was great. I don't think it was fantastic, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, man. There is at least one part in the story that I want to get into in spoilers that I thought they could have done a little bit more development on. But anyway, I guess before we get to spoilers, man, I need to ask you, what are you drinking?
Oh, Mike, I thought you were never going to ask. I'm so parched. Not after those first 6 drinks, though. Mike, I'm just drinking cheap beer, one that I got in the fridge, a good old-fashioned Miller High Life.
Oh, nice, dude. Rolling with the High Life. All right. Well, I'm rocking the Elysian Night Owl. Still have some pumpkins left, surprisingly.
Damn, dude. Cranking through the pumpkin beers still. Nice. Well, all right. To talk about your second favorite thing next to pumpkin beers, Mike, what is this week's just incredible dad joke?
I got dad jokes, I don't think they understand, no. Gotta think I'm funny, other people never laugh, though. Dad jokes.
You're going to love this one, Matt. You're going to love it. What happens to illegally parked frogs?
They get ran over?
They get towed.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's a good one. That was a good one. They get towed. I'll give you that one. That one was funny. So, okay, Mike, I would ask, how does Black Panther Wakanda Forever relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? But we don't need to because it's an MCU film. So we will just immediately jump right into our spoiler section. For those of you who have not seen this film yet, don't want anything spoiled, go ahead and click it off or fast forward to the end and listen to the radio because we don't spoil anything on my interview on the radio with Ma Henshaw. So anyways, Mike, I like deferring to you. You're itching to talk about spoilers, so fire away.
All right, Matt. So I feel like the story was, it's pretty good. It starts with some lows and gets a little bit, ups and downs, right? But there's this part where they're going to meet the scientist, right? And they meet the scientist and they do all this stuff with the scientist. And then they don't really, I don't know, I feel like they didn't utilize the scientist that much in the story arc. I felt like her character was very interesting. And they just kind of glanced over it. I don't know. The character, Rory.
So I have a theory about this, Mike.
Okay.
So Riri is actually how you pronounce her name is. It's okay. I'm not slamming you, Mike. You don't know. It's Riri Williams. She is known as Ironheart in the comic books, and she is a fairly new character. I mean, we're talking in the last 5 to 10 years, maybe even less. So I think what happened is she was shoehorned in to the film. I think Disney went, you need to do this. You need to put this in here. We need this character in there because we have something up our sleeves for our next phase. Talked a little bit about it on the radio. I actually talked about it a lot on the radio. I think the Avengers are gone. They've kind of said that. There was a run of comic books in the early 2000s called Young Avengers. And from all the people that have been introduced up to date, now introducing Riri Williams as Ironheart, I think we are going to see, when they announce probably at the next Comic-Con or maybe sometime next year, one of the future phases of the MCU is going to have the Young Avengers. And Ironheart, played by Riri, is one of the Young Avengers. So's Kate Bishop, who is Hawkeye. We saw the show. She's a Young Avenger. Shuri is a Young Avenger. So that's what's happening, is they're going to push towards the Young Avengers in the future, is what I think is happening. And I think they went, well, we want to have Ironheart because she's going to be our Iron Man. Let's get this going. Because that's what she is. She's Iron Man. That's what she is.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like they just... They give some kind of it started out with a decent intro when they go to find her and she's over at MIT or whatever and she's a student and all that. And then it kind of just drops most of her storyline and later on she's in the movie again a little bit. I don't know. I felt like just didn't. I felt like there could have been more and it would have made more. I don't know. And her character seemed interesting, so.
Yeah, it just seems like she was kind of shoehorned in at the last minute. And there wasn't enough of her in a 2-hour and 45-minute long movie. I think this movie was definitely too long. I should have said that earlier, but I think it was definitely way too long. I think they could have cut a little bit of the shit out. I like the world development, with Namor and his peeps. I like the introduction of Ironheart. It's nice to have her in here, but she was not. She didn't do much. She really didn't do much. She's in it for a little bit. Then she's built a new suit and she's Iron Man running around. One thing that's interesting, not to keep talking about Ironheart, in the comic world, Tony Stark is dead, and he is the embodiment of an AI. in the comic book world. And the reason why she can't get her suit to work is because she doesn't have an AI. Tony Stark steps in as his digital self and is the AI for Ironheart in the comic books, which is really fun because you still have Tony Stark being Tony Stark, just in an AI as someone else is flying around basically being him. It's really kind of fun.
That's interesting. Is that what the kids call meta?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
I'm going off quite a bit about the Marvel comic world, but we'll see. I mean, MCU is very separate. It just is. Let's go ahead and roll into it hard right now. Right off the bat, dude, this movie puts you in a hell of a mood. I know they're trying to honor Chadwick Boseman, but they kill off the Black Panther right off the bat. I really wish they would not have done that. I wish they just would have recast him. I really do, because the Black Panther, the original Black Panther, is a very, very big character. Like, to date, he's very integral in the Marvel world.
I thought they could have handled it a little different, like maybe had him gone on a mission or something, and he was just in the suit, so you don't have to know who it is, and then something happens. I don't know. I thought about that a little bit, and then the thing that was a little bit, I don't want to say cheesy, Matt, but then they kill off, T'Challa's mom, the Queen.
Queen Ramonda.
Yeah, Queen Ramonda, played by Angela Bassett, who killed it, but or was awesome at the acting. It just, I don't know, man. It seemed like it was too much death.
I agree. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, I was like, I know we're watching a Disney movie, but come on.
Yeah. Well, dude, it starts off, it's like fucking Bambi. It starts off with your main character dying. Like, we all knew they were going to kill him off because they said they were going to. But so it starts out really fucking depressing because everybody's thinking about Chadwick Boseman. And then all this shit's going on. And then wham, the one living person that Shuri has is killed, her mom. And it's like, great, here we go. Another goddamn fucking funeral. Like, can this movie get any more fucking depressing? And then, okay, I don't want to get, this is a little bit controversy, but not too bad. Shuri is a third tier character. Like, she was a third tier character in the first Black Panther movie. She just is. I really think they should have given the Black Panther mantle to someone else. I think they should have given it to Lupita Nyong'o's character, Nakia, or Denai Guerrero's character, Okoye. I think they were way more deserving of Black Panther. It would have been a lot more believable because they're fighters. I mean, not to say anything bad about Letitia Wright, but she was cast to be small and smart and, kind of the Tony Stark, kind of the nerd person of Wakanda. And here she is, a badass beating the hell out of Winston Duke, who's 6'6" and 300 something pounds. I don't give a shit how many powers you have. There's no way in hell that happens. I would have believed Okoye or Nakia over that all day long.
Matt, that's actually a valid point. I never thought about it like that, man. So I'm going to go back to the death of...
yeah, sorry. I went off on a hell of a tangent, kept talking.
Queen Ramonda.
Yeah.
The one thing I did like about it was that it did show that Namor is very serious, like, and he said he was, right? Like, I'm coming, I'm going to bring the pain. Like, so like, I guess that helped hit it home that like, hey, these guys aren't messing around, like, I don't know, like they were very unsure if they were as strong as they said they were.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Namor is known for, is not lying and not fucking around. Like, he's a badass. He just is. He's a dick, but he's still a badass. And he proved it.
Yeah, so I guess it kind of went with the story arc. I don't know. It just seemed like it was too much death.
I agree. It was very depressing. Too much death. I miss Chadwick Boseman dearly. He was a wonderful actor. I still think they should have recast him, but I think a second would have been a nice Okoye Black Panther or Nakia Black Panther. Nakia Black Panther. I will say this. I like how they ended the film. I thought that was very sweet. It was not expected for me, at least it wasn't. I thought it was good. I don't want to spoil the end too much because it's a super big spoiler, so I'll just say it like that. It doesn't end on this huge giant, fight to the death and all this other shit. It's very personal, and it has to do with Black Panther. It has to do with future films. I liked it. I thought it was great.
The ending was a little bit of a surprise, but that was cool. Getting back to the fish people, man, the vibranium underwater, I was like, ooh, interesting.
Yep. That was a nice way to introduce them. It was a nice way to bring them in, and how they have vibranium. Now, Mike, here's one massive difference between the original Namor world and the MCU. Namor is from Atlantis. In the world they're from, they have under the sea is the lost city of Atlantis, and he is the king of Atlantis. I don't think it's a bad thing that they changed it to, was it the Aztecs or the Mayans? I don't quite remember.
I think it was Mayan.
I think it was Mayans.
Mayan.
Yeah, I think it was the Mayans. I really kind of like that because it makes a lot of sense, because they kind of disappeared off the face of the earth too, in a way. And so them going into the ocean and flourishing as a society under sea, hiding, I really kind of like that. And I like Namor being, Mayan, but he's not Mayan. He's, half and half. Just to throw it out there, I'm sure Disney will explain this later, but Namor in the comic book world is a mutant. And he's one of the oldest mutants out of all of them. And so one nice thing about Namor being in this film is this might be the final introduction of getting the X-Men and mutants into the MCU, finally, after so many years of owning Fox.
Well, dude, it takes time to figure out how you're going to introduce them. You can't just throw Wolverine in.
Well, they are. They are in Deadpool 3.
Well, I mean, if it ever gets made.
Oh no, dude! It's getting made.
Oh, okay, all right.
And that the comic book, the first battle of Deadpool versus Wolverine, has a very iconic cover. I picked one up, I don't know, probably a year ago for less than $10. That shit is skyrocketed ever since Ryan Reynolds made that announcement with Hugh Jackman that they're doing basically a Wolverine Deadpool movie for Deadpool 3. I mean, just skyrocketed. Overnight, it went from like $10 to like over 100. Just crazy.
Man, I thought Hugh Jackman said he wasn't going to do Wolverine anymore.
Dude, you haven't seen the tweet? You didn't watch
No.
the video? No?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you need to go watch that shit. So Ryan Reynolds is sitting there and he's on his couch and he's talking about Deadpool 3 and how he's having a hard time writing it and all this other stuff. And then Hugh Jackman's in the background, like walking by, getting a snack or something. Then he walks upstairs and Ryan Reynolds goes, "Hey, Hugh, you want to do a Deadpool Wolverine movie?" He goes, "Yeah, sure. Why not, Ryan?" And they made that was the official announcement. Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, you need to watch it. They did too. They're just teasers on Twitter or Instagram. Now they're everywhere, YouTube and all that, but they originally, I think, were on Twitter.
Nice, dude. Now I'll have to look that up on the old tweet decks or whatever.
Yeah, you're going to have to check that out because, yeah, I really am looking forward to it. So, all right, Mike. Well, we're plugging right along. Anything else you want to talk about here on Black Panther Wakanda Forever? I think I got all my jabbering out, which is 90% of the podcast. Here, your turn to jabber.
I was just going over things, like this movie, which depends heavily on CGI. Man, it was all very, very good looking. I don't think I saw anything that was like odd. it's amazing how much stuff they can create, for all these movies. It's quite the I don't know, I guess orchestra these days of figuring out how everything's going to look and hiring all the different groups that are going to make just little pieces of the movie. Like I don't know, I don't even know how you go about chunking that out, dude, for all the CGI and stuff. Like that's got to be such a chore.
Well, I'm wondering how close attention James Cameron was paying to the water, because especially some of those water grenades where they like throw the like grenade and it blows up and it's just like tons of water. That looked so good. I think James Cameron should be paying attention.
Yeah, well, he's coming out with his new Avatar movie, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of stuff he throws at us, because I'm sure it's going to be the most advanced whatever thing that he could have found.
Well, yeah, dude, it's Dances with Smurfs in the Ocean.
Ah, yes, Dances with Smurfs in the Ocean. Classic.
Classic Cameron. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be very beautiful, very, very colorful.
You
like
haven't seen the
original
trailers?
Avatar. What?
You haven't seen the trailers?
I saw a trailer. Yeah, I've seen a few trailers, yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I think there was a trailer on this movie, actually.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or at least in
Yeah.
my theater they were.
Yeah, did you see the new Ant-Man one trailer?
Oh, yeah. That looks fun. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yep. The MCU continues.
Well, that's one that I like, is that Ant-Man, they at least have fun with it and they don't take it like super serious, and they have a great comedic actor. How the hell they got Michael Douglas to keep doing this, I have no clue. But I'm for it. I'm all for it. And then now, you got Catwoman reprising her role again. I mean, dude, just the MCU, even though the movies and the shows have not been super great lately, they're a freaking powerhouse, dude. They just throw money. They're like, here, no, we want you to come back. Here, money, money.
Yeah. Dude, I like that Hawkeye special last year around this time, right?
The Hawkeye
Christmas?
TV show, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good. It's based loosely on a comic book run that I really, really liked. It's more about Hawkeye being like a normal person than a superhero. And that was very much what the show was. And then it turned into superhero stuff. But no, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
So, all right, Mike. Well, I think we should just go ahead and tell people what you picked for us to review next week.
All right, Matt. So Netflix came out with a movie here, and I know Veterans Day was, a few days ago or whatever, but All Quiet on the Western Front. I remember having to read this in high school, and I actually liked it. So I'm anticipating that this movie is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Were you in my English class when we had to read this? I don't remember.
think we ever had a single class together, Matt, but besides photo.
Shit, dude, you know what? I think you're right. But I read All Quiet on the Western Front as well and watched the movie. The original film was done in the 30s, I believe.
Yeah, it's old. I don't know if it's 30s, but it was like a long time ago. It was a lot closer to the event, for
Yeah,
sure.
because the novel was written in 1929. No, the novel was written before that. I think maybe the movie came out in 29. I don't remember. Basically, the point I'm trying to get to, the book and the novel and the movie, the original, came out within 10 years of each other. And the conflict. World War One, for those of you who haven't read it, it's World War One. All of it came out, and it's literally almost 100 years later, and Mike and I are still out reading in high school. It's that good of a novel. It just is. And they have not remade the film. It's the one time they have never remade something that was incredible, and Netflix has remade it, and it is originally told in German. And so we were trying to decide if we're going to watch it with the subtitles or if we're going to watch it dubbed.
I think I'm going to watch it with the subtitles because I feel like when people's mouths don't match what the words are, it really confuses me. I'd rather just read it.
Yeah, it kind of messes me up. And then you also don't get the mannerisms and the tonal changes when it's dubbed like you would with their native tongue. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like some of these foreign movies.
Well, I don't know if it's a foreign movie, but it was definitely shot and told in the language of the actual troops. For those of you who have not read or know anything about All Quiet on the Western Front, it's told from the perspective of the German soldiers in World War I. And it's loosely based on a true story. Like the novelist that wrote it was in World War I, and he wrote the book based on his experiences. I don't think the overarching story is true, but lots of elements are.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I remember it was an impactful book, and it was very good. And out of all the books I had to read in high school, that was one that I actually really liked.
Yeah, that one, Jurassic Park, and Red Badge of Courage is another one I really remember.
Yeah, what's that famous book that we all had to read? Oh, I hated it so much.
That cuts it down.
It's about like a teenager who's like up to no good.
Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
I actually didn't have to read that.
That was terrible, dude.
No, we did the other one, the one about the animals.
Oh, I never read that one.
Yeah,
so I did Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, we did the other one. You guys did Catcher in the Rye. Yeah, a lot of our books in high school were based on what our teachers picked. They give you like a selection, and the teacher's like, fucking that one's stupid. Yeah, not Animal House. It was Animal Farm. Animal Farm is the one I read. Yeah, and you read Catcher in the Rye. But anyways, so next week, All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. Let's hope it's good. Let's hope Netflix did the story right. Tune in next week. Real Film Nerds episode number 299. Right?
All right, dude.
Yeah. And then we got a special one for 300.
We do have a special one for 300, Matt, but we can wait until next week.
And we got a giveaway for 300 too. And we figured it out, and we think it's going to be awesome. So, get your email ready to enter a giveaway that Mike and I are paying for out of our own pockets for you, our dear, dear, dear listeners. Okay, Mike. So Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, how many reels?
I'm going to give this one 3 reels, 3 out of 5.
Well, all right, man. I feel good. We're back in the roll. We're back going. Mike, I give it 3.5.
Oh, whoa. You gave it more. All right.
More.
Dude, that's fine.
I finally beat
good.
you. God. Back to how it should be. Shocker.
Okay.
If you want, listen to the end of the radio program. My mom will give you her reels, but my mother loved this movie to death. And I'm like, how did you love this movie to death? It had Aquaman in it without it being Jason Momoa. And she's like, good point. But my mom gave it 4.5 reels.
Wow.
She absolutely loved it.
Okay. Well, hey, that's fine. That's great.
So anyways, I think I'm done talking the entire podcast. Mike, why don't you do your thing, sir?
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and the Facebooks, or Meta, or the Metaverse, whatever it's called now. And, go out there, go watch a movie, or go stream a movie. This one was a good one to see in the theater, so, if you can make your way out there, this one was great. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Matt Henshaw in studio this morning to review a movie for us on Magic 99.1. Good morning, Matt.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Oh my gosh, you're so cheerful. What happened?
drugs.
We push the button and something strange happens, right? Oh, gosh.
It's magic.
Magic. That's what it is. You're going to talk about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Tell me, did you love it?
It was okay.
Just okay, huh?
Just okay to me.
Okay. Tell me why.
It's kind of depressing.
Why?
There's 2 funerals in it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that song, Rihanna's song, is kind of sad.
Well, I mean, they opened the film with a funeral.
Yeah.
That's not going to put you in a good mood,
No.
like rolling right in. I think that was a poor choice on the
Right.
director's part.
Poor choice for the director. Okay.
And
What else?
and it's the same director from the original
Right.
Black Panther.
Which you loved.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I loved, I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than this one.
Why?
That's for sure.
Why didn't you enjoy this one as much? Tell me.
Well, I don't want to spoil it. Everybody knows, the Black Panther's gone. Like,
Yeah.
the actor passed away,
Right.
and they made the decision to just eliminate the character, which I think is a poor choice.
Okay.
Because he's a very integral part to the Marvel Universe, as a whole.
Okay.
And you open the film with a funeral for your main character, like, that's just bad.
Yeah. You think they should have picked another actor
I
and carried
think so,
on
yeah.
with Black Panther?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine what they're doing. It's going to lead into, not to start like prophesizing about what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to do, but it's leading into the Young Avengers. And so there is a Black Panther in this film. She gets named about 3/4 of the way through.
Okay.
But it's there's a comic book world called Young Avengers, and that's kind of what I think they're going towards with their next phase.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Okay. How many reels you going to give it?
3.5.
3.5.
3.5,
Okay. It's the
yeah.
middle of the road. It looks like Google users loved the movie. 88% said they liked it. Rotten Tomatoes, 84%. Metacritic, 67%. So
Yeah.
they were more in line with you. Let's give your mother a call and see.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have to.
Okay.
Ma and Shaw coming up next on Magic 99.1.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ma and Shaw on Magic 99.1. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Good. Matt's with me, and we're talking about the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie that you saw over the weekend. What'd you think?
I loved it. I
You
thought it
loved
was
it.
great, and I didn't see the first Black Panther, but that's okay because the second one is just as good,
Okay.
and you can figure it out.
Okay, that's good
and
to
then-
know.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, do you think that the fact that she didn't see the first one may be one of the reasons why she likes this one so much?
Probably.
Okay.
That and she drinks.
Well,
girl.
yeah, there is that. Tell me, what was your favorite character?
Oh, I thought the princess, she was just wonderful. And of course, whoa, I can't say anything, but
Oh,
she was awesome.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I can't, can I?
No.
But the princess was really super-de-duper good.
Okay, who played the princess, Matt?
Oh, I don't remember
Oh,
the
you don't
actress's
remember?
name. But yeah, the character's
He
name is
doesn't remember,
Princess
and I
Shuri.
don't remember.
That's okay. Tell me, what was your favorite character, Matt?
Oh, I was a big fan of the villain. Well, he's not a villain at first, but then you find out he's a villain.
Uh-huh.
Namor. He's Marvel's Aquaman, I guess, but
Okay.
he's not.
Okay.
Because he's much more powerful and awesome and evil.
Evil.
So,
okay.
but I forgot to add that onto my little interview, but that's, in my opinion, like the best part of this film is the Namor and the underwater city and his people and all the introduction of them. I love that.
Loved
it. Was great.
it. Okay, very good.
Oh, yes.
Ma, tell me, was there any nudity in the movie?
No nudity, but lots of great builds, lots of muscles,
Lots.
especially Namor and his folks, and even Wakanda. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
they had a lot of people with big abs and heart.
Right. Fit. They were very, very fit. How many cookies you giving this movie, Ma?
Oh, gee, 4.5.
4.5
I like it.
out of 5.
Wow.
That's amazing. Nice job. Matt gave it 3.5. So that's
It's beautiful too. It's
Okay.
just beautiful.
all right. Well, great review, Ma Hinshaw. We'll chat with you next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good week.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What do you think we're going to take a look at for next week?
So it's not my pick.
No? So what is it? Something.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. It came out, I think, a few weeks ago now. Netflix did a Netflix-only production of All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen or heard about that?
I have not seen or heard about it.
Getting
No.
very good reviews.
Is it?
So, but that's what we're going to do.
Okay, very good. Now, have you seen the movie Don't Worry, Darling?
No.
You need to take a look at it.
Well, now I'm worried.
Yeah, well, that's the one with Harry Styles in it.
Oh.
And it's very interesting. I saw it. I liked it, but I think that you should take a look.
So what does that mean?
Just watch it and tell me what you think. Yeah, just watch it. I think you might like it.
Okay, official request from
Yep.
Lisa Live and Local
Right.
on Magic 99.1.
That's it.
It's
That's
going to
it.
have to go into our queue.
Okay, very good. Put it in the queue. You guys check out the podcast. It's called The Real Film Nerds, and you can catch Matt and Ma every Monday morning on what station?
Magic 99.1.
Thanks, Matt.